What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Dave B. Watching DaveBeyondTV, where we go beyond the everyday bullshit that people be consuming on a day-to-day basis. And this gonna be the full moon video, you know what I'm saying? The full moon in Capricorn. Shout out to everybody, or everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. And also thank y'all for tuning in to Equinox 2, the tape I just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Very proud of that tape. Already back in the lab. I got some collabs coming, and just so a lot of cool other stuff coming. But for the most part, I wanted to make a video real quick, just talking about the moon being full in Capricorn, and building on that, and what to kind of expect for the most part. This big old truck coming. Big old truck coming down the street. But yeah, you know what I'm saying, just for the most part, discussing, what's going on, and, what to look out for. For the most part, full moon in Capricorn is really kind of speaking to your ability to, it's kind of like asking everybody, like, are you satisfied with your ability to handle business? Because, Cancer and Capricorn share that axis, between a water sign and an earth sign, right? It's the opposition. So the opposition right there is like, Cancer really being about comfortability, and your ability to be comfortable, and your ability to, change your feeling as well. You know what I'm saying? That for the most part, we've seen a lot of that, like just with Cancer season in general. A lot of the big emphasis was about, everybody's ability to, change how you feel. That was the key thing, going through a deep spiritual maintenance as far as understanding your state of being and understanding to change how you feel. And through this change, being able to change how you feel, I was explaining kind of the power of that in previous videos this month. And, with the ability to change how you feel, again, like that's where the maintenance is really coming from. Because again, you change your feelings, you change the space in which you reside in emotionally, and essentially you change what you manifest into your life. Because again, you change your space, you change the thoughts that come from that space. Because we receive, it's like we receive first. So you're receiving thoughts and feelings, but depending on the space you travel to as a spirit, that's what's going to determine what kind of thoughts is coming through. And also just demystifying or taking out the the aspect or perspective of good and bad. Like even through difficult situations, we understand that sometimes it'd be a difficult thought or feeling that you're forced to deal with, right? It'd be a difficult thought and feeling that you're forced to deal with for you to, it's like it might come in the form of feeling like you're being attacked, but the whole time, it's like you got to learn how to work with your demons. You got to learn how to see your demons and allow them to point you towards a better perspective, or point you towards getting, because it's almost to the point where through I want to say aversion, if that's what I'm talking about, like when you got an adversary, or when you're fighting yourself, because you know what I'm saying, we got to fight every day, right? So when you're going through that process of like fighting with yourself, for instance, and that battle you have between, again, demons, your lower natures trying to tell you about where you should be at. You know what I'm saying? When your lower natures start to kind of talk to you, and you realize, okay, I gotta put these in their place. You know what I'm saying? That's really when you fighting demons. It's like, and we all gotta fight our own demons, right? So that be when we're in that space of being somewhere and being like, damn, like I can't allow how I feel to determine. I can't let things outside of me determine how I feel about my situation and circumstance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come up with that feeling. You gotta come up and determine where it is you want to be with your spaceship. You know what I'm saying? With your mentality. Like I said, you be in the wrong space, you end up developing negative mentalities. When again, life could be so simple. And even though every day is an uphill battle, it's like there's things that we got to do, right? Especially being spiritually aware. There's things we got to do to, to protect ourselves. Like, it's your responsibility. And the realest shit you could ever remember is that, like, nothing outside of you can tell you how to feel. That's how you relinquish control, when you let things outside of you become the reason why you ain't do this, or the reason you can't do that, the reason you ain't trying to X, Y, and Z, whatever the case is. It's all just the same talk. It's all the same thing. You allowing something outside of you to make you a victim. It's like, nah, you got to be proactive as a spirit. You got to take accountability for what you've manifested as well. So don't sit there and cry. If you looking at your circumstance and situation like, what the fuck, understand you played a part in making that real. And no matter how, you know what I'm saying? And of course, again, it's all a balance, because things do outside of us sometimes shake us. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes things outside of us do throw us through a loop, and we have to kind of learn and manage through that. But again, at the end of it all, it come down to the simple question: are you a strong spirit or not? And you got to make the decision. You got to make the call of what to do to either get you out of a situation, or, you know what I'm saying, change your direction, because that's the power that we hold. So, I say that to say, like I said in the beginning, that full moon in Capricorn, really us asking ourselves, are we satisfied with our ability to handle business? So Capricorn deals with resources. It deals with reality. It deals with restrictions as well. So we might be looking at our own circumstance and situation like, damn, like, if you planted good seeds, you'll be on the satisfaction end of being like, yo, I actually do feel satisfied with my ability to handle business. Handle business meaning being able to, like, even if you are still in the process of working, right, you still feel confident that, I'll get to my goal, because the good seeds that you should have been planting were seeds, again, first changing how you feel, right? Going through just the new moon in general, right? A new comfort zone, right? Feeling highly uncomfortable, understanding that we have to create a new comfort zone. So it started with you changing how you want to feel about your situation and circumstance. Leo, you got to see and express different things based upon that new fixated feeling, right? And you honing in on that feeling created a new direction for you, a new path, a new vision. That new vision, boom, you could take that as sort of an epiphany. But again, you express yourself, things hit the fan in a sense, right? Things got laid out on the table for you, and you got to see everything laid out. Now, boom, Virgo moon, making sense out of that. Understanding, detailing, separating, understanding what goes where, what's been working, what's not working. Those adjustments were key and crucial, right? Then we go into the next one, which is Libra. So that's the square. So this is the big learning. This is the big learning process. This is out of every new moon, full moon, and vice versa. There's a quarter square, and that quarter square a lot of times is like where you learn the lesson. You put it all together, right? That's where you got to figure it out. So figuring it out involved what? Libra, understanding how you relate into these different things based upon how you used to feel, and being able to initiate a new logic or a new way to think in order to create a new relationship with your new path, right? Or a new relationship with yourself, for real, a new relationship with yourself where you start to talk to yourself different, because again, you're deriving different thoughts based upon the different feeling that you chose to resonate with. Boom. And then again, we went to Scorpio, so we went deep with that. And we got to also, it was a little rest period that we got to really connect to this new way of being. We really got to connect with ourselves and see, like, okay, again, from a behind the scenes way, but in a very deep way, Scorpio energy got to see kind of the behind the scenes of this new relationship that we're developing, and we got to derive new passion, a new reason to kind of go for it. And it was, again, trying in our dreams. It was doing a lot of things with Neptune. So it was like, it was this kind of, and then it was a trine with the sun. So it became a gift. That was the gift we had. We could see how we changed our feelings, and these new feelings that we are changing to, how we can actually be comfortable with them. And again, we went through two big grand trine spaces. We went through a grand trine with when the moon was in Libra, right? Again, giving us a lot of mental ability to kind of make sense out of things. I think we even went through did we go through a Earth? Nah. Well, yeah, when the moon was in Virgo, I think that was a grand Earth trine as well. You know what I'm saying? Greater ways of making practical sense out of shit. Actually, yeah, because we got Uranus and Taurus and we got Pluto and Cap. So, that was a transformation and understanding the practicality, the changes we trying to make. That was real helpful for us making sense out of certain things. And then it was, again, logic and being able to travel with that and communicate that to others and relate to ourselves and relate to others as far as communication when the moon was in Libra, because it was a grand air trine there with, I think something was in Gemini. I think because Mercury's in Cancer now, but yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we in today. I forgot what was going on before, but for the most part, just me saying, again, just further proving the point that we've been going through these transformations that we've actually been given on a real gold platter, like the keys to really shift where we at, shift dimensions. Really, you know what I'm saying? People talking about that CERN shit. I don't know about all that, but what I do know is that we as spirits shift dimensions based upon, our own trajectory, and we build our trajectory based upon how we feel and what we think. So there was a dimension shift for sure, but it should have been an internal one, not some external bullshit that people be talking about because they scared or they love being scared. Niggas is addicted to fear. I'm convinced that fear is a drug and people like it because it gives them an excuse to not do something, or it gives them an excuse to kind of like to try to hide from something. You know what I'm saying? They really just hide from themselves. So I'm starting to think fear is just a drug for real. I think spirits down here, they convinced and they got them hooked on being scared of shit, because when you scared of shit, you can kind of chuck things up and not take accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like when you scared, you can say, well, shit, that's out of my hands. I'm the victim. And you lack that ability to have accountability. You lack that like for yourself. You lack taking accountability, and anybody who ain't taking accountability 9 times out of 10, they not a type of person who develops conviction. They always in between. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no true intentions, because again, it's like, well, I just let something else choose for me because I'm scared. Niggas be scared of themselves, for real. But that's beside the point. The actual point I'm making, well, I guess it relates because we also went through the moon is going to be getting closer to Pluto again, an emotional transformation, and a big one. This is kind of like, all of it is really solidifying things, because like I was saying, are you satisfied with your ability to handle business? So the axis between Cancer and Capricorn, what makes it so key is because, see, it's almost like when you feel different, you move different, right? Because Capricorn is an initiator sign as well. So it's about a new plan of action. So right now it's like, if you didn't plant good seeds and you feel unsatisfied, you're gonna feel like you have to do more with your mind. Like you're gonna feel like you have to move more. You feel like you have to make sudden changes and sudden movements. You're gonna feel like you gotta rush and hustle, especially with Mars trining, and then also Capricorn. We know that Mars is exalted in Capricorn, so you're gonna feel hyper aggressive towards what's yours and wanting to use everything in your power to kind of just make a power play. But again, when think about just, when you like if we think about, because we talking about Capricorn, that's like war general energy, like the war general. A war general that's not composed and just moving off of, again, frantic emotion is going to make a lot of more mistakes, right? And we got a square with Chiron and Aries, a lot more mistakes. And then that's dealing with our experiences because Jupiter's over there. And so, again, that kind of energy is going to derive a lot more mistakes. And then, again, we got a full moon. So you trying to initiate ways of being practical during a time where it's like you got to chill out on that energy. It's too much of that going on. See, if you change your feeling, it's already a done deal for you to have changed how you move about things, to where a practical solution is either, like I said before, satisfaction. Are you satisfied with your ability to handle business? So it's like, if you already changed that feeling right now, it's like it's a no-brainer for a solution to come about. And even if you haven't yet reached that solution, because sometimes our manifestations come a little bit after the full moon, in those, you know what I'm saying, during those couple weeks spans after, just because of how the fruit we bear sometimes. Sometimes it play like that, right?
a solution is either on the rise where you can see enough and make enough sense of it to be like, okay, nah, I know exactly what I'm gonna do, right? And you're willing to at least exactly, if even if the answer didn't fully come yet, you're able to still make a decision in a smooth way rather than trying to make a frantic decision just based upon you feeling like you don't got the status. I don't got the resources. I don't really know about my ability to handle business. I just got to do something. See, that's a frantic move versus somebody who planted better seeds, who's able to kind of say a smoother move. Like, I'm already changing my mind. I'm already in a different space. I changed how I felt already. So I feel like, hey, I chose a way, a path. I made sense out of this path. I'm confident in my ability to handle business. When it comes, it'll come. But for right now, I've already made the decisions and the practical steps to move towards being able to provide for my comfort. And that's what it really all derives down to. We've been trying to get comfortable with something. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put the pieces together. That's like what this Cancer season really been. Because just that sextile we had, with it's like it been a lot of heavy earth transits going on. And then also air. So it's like we are dealing with a lot of just trying to put it all together, trying to help it all make sense, right? And then in the undertone has been our associations. And soon we're going to get back to trying to figure out our associations. We're going to have a little bit of a time to, that's kind of been it's like the underlying emphasis where low key, that's what we need to be doing. That's the area that we need to be taking care of for reality. You know what I'm saying? Kind of working things within our associations and working things within our network. Like, that's where we need to be at. But what's been happening is it's been a lot of us having to first take care of our personal lives, because our personal lives have been in shambles. So like, basically that's kind of what Cancer has been. Cancer is like home, family, going within to get our emotional space right so we can get comfortable there so that our actions won't look too out of whack. You know what I'm saying? That when the Leo season comes and we're actually supposed to be popping out and shining, we don't look crazy. We're secure within ourselves enough to actually be strong on that. And that's where we're going next. Because after this, you know what I'm saying, this is like us getting our shit together. You know what I'm saying? This energy really about us just getting our shit together on that level and solidifying things, or initiating the path to solidifying things, making a path for us to get to the harvest season without too much, without too much bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We got to make a pathway towards the harvest season. How are we going to get to the harvest? And we got to travel through, Leo season, the jungle, I feel like, to get there. But first we have to establish, okay, how we, first we got to change how we feel. But the full moon right here is just kind of giving us those bits and pieces that we need to feel comfortable, or like confident to stand on something before we go into Leo season, because these are going to be the resources that are going to fund the show. So again, like the full moon being, are you satisfied with what you've built or what you are building, your ability to handle business? And as long as you can handle the business side, it's going to make Leo season a lot more exciting, a lot more positive, or able to go in your favor, just simply because, boom, I done put the resources together, and now I got all the right lights for the show. I got all the right effects. I hired the right people, and that's gonna come in handy. Again, hired the right people. That's more so for that moon transit when we start to talk about what goes on with Aquarius, because we're gonna be dealing with Aquarius, that opposition from Saturn. And again, Saturn is Saturn being in Aquarius reality right now. So there's gonna be challenges between, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But that's where, again, the associations is going to come back in hand. And again, we're already dealing with a square with Mars being in Taurus, right? A square with our passions and how they fit with our associations. And whether our associations help our passions or not, we're learning through that. And we're learning also what about our associations or our associates are frustrating us, you know what I'm saying? So we're seeing all these different things, and we're trying to make sense out of all that stuff in order for us to get to the next level, you feel me, of our development and shit. But for the most part, yeah, so that's the energy going on. That is what you need to be aware of for the most part. I'm trying to make sure I got everything. Yeah, so, in this full moon is going to be sextile in Neptune. So bigger questions as far as like you're going to be able to see the opportunities that, this new path can have for your dreams, or you're going to be in the illusion. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have a healthy balance of trying to make sense out of things. You're just going to see your dreams and you're not going to be able to really make them real because you don't have a firm enough grip on reality, doing the right things in the present that's going to lead you to actually, you know, culminating that dream that you're going for. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of lost in what it could look like in reality, not actually how can I build the steps to get there. But for the most part, like I said, like it's full moon, so you should be chilling out on that energy in general, trying to make so much heavy practical sense or being so dry. Again, if you planting bad seeds, you're gonna be emotionally so dry to the point where you really do rub people the wrong way, and people are gonna be trying to connect with you, right? Because we're still in Cancer season. So people that are close to you, that you've been connected to, are gonna try to connect with you, and you might go too far with that Capricorn energy and give them a certain energy that now they're no longer comfortable with you. Now they no longer want to support or care about what you got going on, or you're gonna be feeling extremely uncared for. And even that is dangerous because, again, we got to care for ourselves. But at the same time, you're going to be more likely to be putting that pressure on other people to make you feel like you're cared for, to make people feel like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be looking more so for other people to make you feel like you care for it. I want to feel like, I feel like no one cares for me. It's just me alone in this dark alley. Like, you're going to have those type of thoughts. You don't want to get too swallowed up in the darkness because that Capricorn energy is really good at that, really kind of getting bleak and stuff like that. So you don't want to get too bleak, too heavy on that energy of, looking at the world as if you have to go to war, looking at the world as if nobody, like it's cold, you know what I'm saying? You want to stay away from all those thoughts, some of those heavy, cold shoulder thoughts, where you really feel like you in a desolate land. It's like, nah, we supposed to be in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be in the summertime where it's fruitful outside. And it's more of a reason to connect. You know what I'm saying? That you might feel so down about your resources or your ability to produce or your ability to handle business that you don't want to show yourself. And it's like, that's not what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be outside connecting because, again, the next step is going to be us shining, but also having a good balance with our associations to where now it's not just all about us, but we able to shine in our own way, but also share the spotlight in a healthy way, But that's like I said, that's further into Leo season. But for right now, that's the biggest thing. So just, hold your head down and just, or not hold it down, but like, hold it down, just be, all I can really say is right now is like, we all just got to be solid, be light, or really be solid, but stay light and, allow these changes to go through, and like I said, the moon gonna be getting close to Pluto. So again, that's deep transformations already by itself through the emotions, and the moon is already in a space it don't really like to be in. So it might still feel uncomfortable, but at the back of it all, just remain confident. And the moon and Sag really help also kind of boost the morale, boost the faith. We started to derive a new meaning and reasoning out of what we was trying to do. So hopefully that gave you enough inspiration to be in this energy and say, you know what, yeah, I got a long way to go, but I'm gonna get there, and this is the plan. And see, Mars and Taurus is Mars Day, right? Mars and Taurus is going to be there to remind you. Again, Mars is slowed down a bit, but it's still a process of one step at a time that Mars and Taurus can learn, right? And have the gift towards that transformation. And see, that's real key right now, because see, Mars, right, being in Taurus, Pluto still in Capricorn, and Uranus in Taurus right next to Mars. All those energies is reminding you that the way to get to that place, the way to get to that shit is slow and steady, but you'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, you will get there as long as you take one practical step to the next. And again, these are all things that's leading to transformation. So it's like we really in this cocoon phase right now, because I feel like when by the time we get to the harvest season, it's gonna really show who's been doing the work and who's been allowing the waves to wash them up, and they've been drowning. You know what I'm saying? But again, in the summertime, everything looked pretty. So even if you drowning, some people are able to make it look pretty, but you can't make shit look pretty in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna be very apparent who's been doing the work and who's been kind of allowing themselves to get deeper and deeper under the current. So take with that what you can. Yeah, much love, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.